Also developing tonight, WGN News has learned that there is a new police chief in Dalton.
But the village trustees say that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has overstepped her authority. WGN's Jenna Barnes is there to explain that for us tonight. Jenna?
Hi, Ray and Dana. Yes, a shock for police officers today when they learned that there's a new Dalton police chief. He's actually a former chief who served back here in the early 2000s. He was appointed again today, but not without controversy. A surprise new boss at the Dalton Police Department. WGN News has learned Ronald Burge Sr. started work Friday, appointed by Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Several officers have called stating that he has taken a car away from one of the commanders. He went to go try to purchase a uniform already.
But members of the Board of Trustees argue without their approval, his hiring isn't legitimate and the village won't pay him.
It's an illegal appointment. This is just about how can I get them back. It's about retaliation.
The appointment comes during a power struggle in the village and the department. The board fired the former acting chief, Henyard ally Louis Lacey, and officers presented a unified vote of no confidence against him. He's also pleaded not guilty to federal bankruptcy fraud charges.
This person has the same level of unprofessionalism as Louis Lacey, and we've experienced the Ronnie Burge episode before as the chief had several lawsuits and unethical behavior, and that's not the direction that we want Dalton Police Department to go in.
A search of a federal court database shows Burge has been named as a defendant in at least 4 lawsuits in recent years. The majority involve allegations of political or employment retaliation. The outcomes of the lawsuits couldn't be immediately determined. Burge is known in the south suburbs. He ran against Henyard in the 2021 mayor's race, and he's previously served as police chief in Harvey and Dixmoor too, though his state certification is currently listed as inactive.
And we cannot provide those services if we don't have what's required of us.
As chief in Dixmoor, he pulled officers off the street in 2021, accusing the village of not providing the supplies they needed to do the job. His son, a commander with the same name, served under him there, and he was charged in 2019 of aggravated battery and official misconduct in an encounter caught on camera at the police station. Here's what the elder Burge told WGN News before his son was convicted.
I am proud of my son. Make no doubt about it. And if I thought that my son did anything wrong or out of order, believe me, as a father, as the chief of police, I would not hesitate to do what I have to do.
Trustees aren't hesitating now. They plan to go to court to fight his hiring.
I just feel like no one's coming to save us, us as trustees or the community.
A Henyard representative did not respond to our request for comment tonight. We also went inside the police department to try to talk to the new chief, and were told he wasn't there. We're live in Dalton tonight. Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
Thank you, Jenna.